Hey, bitch, you better praise God, or I'ma shoot and that's on God. I ain't playing by my Lord and Savior, I'm on my job. If you ain't a Christian, I'ma stab you in the face. If it ain't about Jesus, I'ma hit you with this cane.
What's up, niggas? Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so hey guys, my name is Justin, and I think I'm gonna go to hell for this, but so I want to come on here and read this fanfiction I found about Jesus and Satan. It's a legit fanfiction about someone who wrote Jesus and Lucifer being in a gay relationship, and I asked you guys, did you guys want me to read it? And of course y'all said yes. So if I'm going to hell, I'm gonna let Jesus know that whatever amount of people voted on that poll, y'all going to hell with me too. So I haven't read any of this, and apparently there are just 20 chapters. But before we even get to the chapters part, let me read you some of the tags, or let me just read you the intro to this. This also is by someone by the name of Pine Tree Vincent. Okay, it's ongoing. It was last updated August 1st of 2017. And this is a legit fan fiction about Jesus and Satan fucking, like it was actually put, like there was actual effort put in it. Okay, so this is a gay version of the Bible unraveling into a noise satanic Hebrew ship of my nigga Jesus Satan in a slow burning relationship. Tags: depression, gay relationship, God is a dick, God X Satan, homosexual, I'm going to hell, girl Satan too, Jesus X Lucifer, Jesus X Satan, Lucifer Satan. Oh my God. There are 20 chapters of this, and I'm gonna read the first 3 because I didn't read them, I just skimmed over them and they seem pretty short. So I'm gonna read the first 3 chapters, maybe 4 if I'm up to it, and then I'll let you guys see if you want me to continue. But okay, let's get started.
I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus.
Father, please let me help you, Jesus begged as he followed behind God, as he examined small pieces of pure gold rolled around his fingertips. Though God was ignoring his son's wishes, he didn't need help. He didn't need his help at all. After all, he was going to announce to the angels that he was in fact making Earth. None of the angels heard of it, and it was now a pretty big deal that he was officially making a new planet and man after his own image. For the 3rd time, I can handle this on my own. God turned around to abruptly face his son in an intimidating manner, but Jesus still held his ground and looked him in the eye. But how would the angels react? They're more convinced that they were creating your image. But now you're bringing about a whole new race, Jesus said to his father. That seemed to stump him for a minute before he answered back. Then they shall learn how to justify against jealousy, God just said, laughing out at his son's dismay. This made God look away from his now. This made Jesus, oh my God, why did I have a drink? Why did I have to drink that fucking wine? This made Jesus look away from his, and now to the empty gold glass wine on the ledge of the table, and at the 10 Commandments. Oh my fucking God, this is actually a thing I'm reading. But Father, the idea that you're proposing is not as good as it sounds when we actually follow through with it. How many angels do you already have as servants that will be even more wrenched and depressed after they hear this news? Jesus argued. But it was true. The angels were getting more and more depressed by the passing years. While this might be a better judgment, this may also make it worse. It's fine. Even if they do hate the idea, they have to follow it because I'm the king. They have to follow each and every one of my rules. If not, they'll face the consequences. God said back to Jesus in the domain. Even though they were taught that he was an accepting, victorious God, they were still threatened by him. I hope you're sure with your decisions, Jesus said, disappointed. This was all just a bad idea. Even though he barely spoke to most of the angels, he knew that they were all depressed. But just when things were getting better, this new idea came up and forced them to restart. Jesus was getting fed up with the crap he had to deal with and just decided to leave while he could still handle it. Things were getting worse and worse with the prince and the god, but was just as joyous. He might have been unlucky to have caught the king at a bad time, but for the most part, he was usually calm and collected. Aren't Jesus and God the same? This is so fucking weird. Aren't Jesus and God the same thing? Someone please explain that to me. I went to a Catholic school, but I tried to erase those horrible 3 years of my life. God. He might have been unlucky to have caught the king in a bad time, but for the most part, he was usually calm and collected. But that didn't change the fact about this earth idea that was now coming up. Jesus couldn't help as walking outside to see a beautiful glow among the gold temples and the sight of white wings softly moving against the currents of air. Jesus didn't have wings, but he had more abilities than the other angels did. He had the power to destroy and create heaven. More than the other angels could even think of doing, but in fear, he didn't mess with it. Only doing so when his father ordered him to do. But things were getting lonely, and maybe the earth idea wasn't such a bad thing after all.
I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus.
The air that was now damp with the pure, clear droplets ran through the rivers that soaked the dirt around it, seeping into the plants. It was beautiful nonetheless. But God said that He would make Earth like this, but more alive. This was when Jesus had gotten the idea of the planet that was going to be made an image through God's eyes. There wasn't really anything here to do in heaven except sit and wait for something, and this was apparently the something. Oh God, come on, computer, work. So with that, Jesus just sat on a rock and stared off into the vast buildings and plentiful meadows that lay before him. Oh, that does sound pretty. Do you guys just imagine, like, sitting on... Oh, God. Especially, like, a whole hill of flowers. I would love to do that. Oh, my God. Just be alone. Hello? Jesus turned around to an abrupt voice and saw an angel behind him. His wings were bigger than... Ooh, big wings. You know what they say about big wings? His wings were bigger than most, and his hair was a darker shade than most of the light brunette angels. Thus standing before him was the man with dark brown hair and green eyes that could be seen from miles away. He was a beautiful angel, and nothing could fail to see that. But Jesus caught himself staring and replied, "Hello," Jesus said with a smile. He still sat on the rock, keeping his pace. He still sat on the rock, keeping his place, but still looked upon the angel, finding him quite handsome. There were things he could say to the angel but couldn't because of his father's wishes. He really wanted to say how handsome the angel looked, but if God knew, he would have to punish him. For the reason being, that would be because God is a homophobic. And had immediately marked it down as a sin after seeing Jesus, and had immediately marked it down as a sin after seeing of an all-female and all-male couple. Okay. So he took the liberty to tell everyone that it was a disgusting sin, and whoever made it would be greatly punished. So basically, if God were to say, so let's say if God were to tell, if Jesus were to tell God, "Hey, Dad, you look nice today. And then he didn't follow up with like a no homo. Oh, he's going to hell. He's going to hell. Jesus is going to Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Wait a minute. Hold up. Before I continue reading, there are comments you can read. Oh, right. Because Satan is a fallen angel. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, my God. Even Pope Francis said to a gay man, God made you like that, and he lives, let's see, and he lives you like that? Lives? Okay, whatever. I forgot. By the way, this is on Wattpad, so I can't be surprised that this is Wattpad. Oh my god, I'm screaming. I haven't seen you before. Are you an angel? The angel asked. Jesus smiled once again. No, I'm not. I'm the Son of God. Jesus, he said back. This made the angel smile at Jesus and sit down before him on the grass. I have heard about you, but never actually seen you, said the angel as he gazed up at the prince. My name is Lucifer. I'm one of the higher-ranked angels, said the angel, who was known as Lucifer. He seemed... Oh, yeah, Jesus! Oh, yeah! Lucifer was the most beautiful angel that God had in his court. I forgot about that. Said the angel, known as Lucifer. He seemed like a nice person, so Jesus compelled into having a conversation with him. Well, I'm not that well known because there really isn't much for me to do here, I guess, Jesus said to Lucifer with a light, sincere smile. It was true, though. There really wasn't much for him to do except think of rules by trying to ease them so angels couldn't be forced to act like robots. You know what? Come to think about it, I remember reading this one, and I'm so sorry if I keep stop reading from the story, but again, this is a live reading. I remember reading this essay that's saying God was more of a conservative while Jesus was more of a progressive. Even in some of the stories about Jesus, most of his actions were really progressive, like free health care, tending to the poor, stuff like that too. So what does that have to do with this? Make sure you vote in 2020. That's what this has to do with this. Now that everything had been done, now that everything he had done went for an almost worse kind of thing. It was harder to try to control others than the experiment, lastly.
I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus.
2 days later, I met up with Lucifer again. The last time I had met up with him, we talked about a lot of things, actually. It was nice and felt more fulfilling than how I used to. I don't dare to tell God, though. He would probably kill him, making a rule of no interceptions between me and the rule. But if he finds out, I'm going to regret it. Hello, Jesus. How have you been? He asked with a smile. I looked up from where I was sitting and saw his mahogany eyes. Is mahogany a form of green? Okay, never mind. I saw his mahogany eyes look at my brown ones. He was a more handsome angel, and I think that was one of the reasons he was one of the higher ones. I smiled at him and walked over to where he was standing. I've been doing good. How about you? I said as he smiled back at me. He shrugged and sat down next to one of the small streams in front of us. I did the same thing. I've been trying to manage everything the Lord has been telling me to do. I just got done. He said, putting his face in his hands in exhaustion. I mentally scowled. Why was he doing all of this? Can't he just put others into considerations? Oh, I should talk to him about that, I said, sitting down next to Lucifer. And when I did, I felt something on my shoulder. I looked down to see Lucifer's hand resting on my shoulder and an empty look in his eyes. It was kind of depressing, but I sighed and rested my head on his. The soft dark brown hair of my chin. Okay, there we go. It was nice, I had to say, but I could really feel the chilly breeze. It was cold, and I felt Lucifer shiver under me. What do you think is going to happen to this kingdom? He asked, looking at the small stream with tired eyes. I really wanted to tell him it was going to be fine, but I wasn't sure if it really was going to be. everything was just kind of falling apart. Let's see, with the new world being created right now, it was only going to take a few weeks for it to happen. It started yesterday, and I was going to have to be the one to tell the angels what was going to happen. I'm not sure, I said through lies and worry in my voice, but Lucifer hummed in response. The next thing I knew, I had my arms wrapped around his frame and his head resting against my chest. It was, let's see, I wasn't really sure.
I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus.
I looked at the water, and I could see Lucifer sleeping. The longer strands of hair fell over his face as the rest was slicked back. It was really pretty cute. But now I had to go back to the throne. I was already late, but I might as well be later than have to deal with it. But I feel like staying with Lucifer until he was forced to go. Funny. My hand made its way under Lucifer's hair as I started running my fingers through it, and it felt silky under my fingertips. And somewhere into our sitting, he had ended up sitting on my lap. Ooh. Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, you sly dog. But thought of that made me smile. For some reason, but for some reason, to me seemed like a female companion. I didn't know what it was called, but I knew it was forbidden. I felt the soft skin of his scalp run through my finger. I felt the soft skin of his scalp as I ran my fingers through his hair, and the soft locks of straight hair that was slicked back perfectly. And his closed eyes made him seem all the more adorable. Go ahead, Jesus. We know what you're about to do. We already know what you're about to do. I heard Lucifer stir under me with a content moan. I smiled as I continued to play with his hair. Now that he was awake, I chuckled at his position in my lap. What's so funny? He asked with lidded eyes. I just smiled again. But this time, I messed up his hair with a quick movement of my hand. He looked up at me and smiled. Seriously? He asked, fixing his hair by running both his hands through it. But there were still small strands falling over. I laughed as I hugged him close to me, which he complied with a hug back. What time is it? He asked, smiling into my chest. I thought about it for a minute. A wild afternoon, I said, looking into the water. Lucifer sat up, and I could see his mahogany eyes dart behind me and widen. I looked down, barely uttering a what, before he squished my clothes. I turned around to see what he was looking at, and I could see a female angel looking at us with wide eyes. I looked to her with fear, knowing that what she was going to do. A basket of apples. Wait, hold up. Oh, wait, who, what? Hold up, is this who I think it is? Wait a minute, is this fucking Eve? A basket of apples that was in her arms fell in content, spilling onto the floor. Wait, no, this is not Eve, okay. Fear was laced in Lucifer's eyes, as I could see her make a quick move to turn around and run. I found myself darting towards her, and I quickly grabbed her wrist, hard enough to leave a bruise. And I heard her yelp, her brown hair waving, and turn. This is throwing me off because there are no fucking commas, or I'm just stupid. It's one of the two, but I think it's the commas, because I may be a little bit drunk right now. I heard her yelp, her brown hair waving and turning around to me, her brown eyes looking at mine, as I could see the same fear that was kept inside Lucifer's eyes and her. What are you doing? I found myself asking with a dry throat. I was scared. She was going to tell the Lord, but I saw her gulp, and look at me in disgust. Why are you sitting with that man and treating him like you would a woman? Fucking homophobes. She asked me, looking down at me and then back up to my eyes. I was now taken aback. She couldn't know, did she? You were going to tell God, weren't you? I asked, grabbing her wrist tighter, and a cry came out from the girl's mouth with pain in her eyes. When I realized what I was doing, I quickly let go and she looked at me in fear. I stepped back, my eyes wide. I could sense the stillness from Lucifer behind me, but the woman in front of me stood still and shielded herself with her shaking hands. But all I could do was turn around and look at Lucifer, whose eyes were on mine, and I saw the darting of his eyes move to the ground and look around. But he then reached over to my hand and grabbed it, pulling me towards him, and as we ran over to a stream, our feet getting wet as it splashed water on our clothes. I wanted to ask him what he was doing, but I quickly realized he was going to make sure to get as far away from the girl as possible, and moments later, we found ourselves hiding behind a tree, breathing hard. Jesus, you have to get out of here. You're the Son of God. You have to sit with him. You have to get there before the girl does. Let's see, he said with quick breaths. I looked at him and tried to see what he was doing. What about you? I asked with concern. He just looked at me and gave me a small smile. Just go before you get into any more trouble, he said, regaining his breath. I nodded and leaned over to plant a kiss on his cheek. Y'all, I can't. This is something. And with that, I caressed his cheek before giving him a small smile, running off to my throne.
Love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus.
By the time I had gotten back to my throne, my shoes were dirty, my hair was messy, and my breathing was jagged from the running I was doing. But I think the most noticeable thing was the faint blush on my cheeks. Speaking of which, I can't believe I did that. Where were you? God asked. I looked up to see him sitting down on his throne, his arms resting on his side, his feet planted firmly on the ground. I swallowed a lump in my throat, anxiety coursing through my veins, making my heartbeat speed up. But now my tinted cheeks were pale. I think it was too late. I saw what you did. Fuck, yeah. I saw what you did, he said, looking down with me with his brown eyes, but smaller and filled with red. Ooh, God. Oh, no. No. I cringed, but my stance stood tall and confident. What have I done wrong, Father? I asked, putting my hands together and my head down as a sign of mercy. But I don't think that even this was going to be able to help. But God was standing from his throne, and looking down at me with rage and disappointment. You know damn well what you did. You sat with a man how you would with a woman and then kissed him, God said, his fist by his side. Ooh, Jesus. You know what? Quick story time. God is a dick. Yeah, he really is. I don't know. I really don't fucking understand. Like, what did he do wrong? What did he do wrong? It doesn't make any fucking sense, but you know what? I just can't. I can't. I'll be reliving too many dark memories. Now, I was now scared senseless. How did he see that? I didn't think that she would have gotten here before me. I was here running. I was running here. Father, I can explain. No, you cannot. You are my son. I created you. Just so you can do that. Bitch, didn't you create everyone in your fucking image? Like, what the fuck? This is one of the worst sins you could... Hold up now. I know, even though this is a story, I'm gonna say this right now. Is one sin greater than another? Let's look that up real quick. Are some sins greater than others? I know I'm supposed to be reading, but still. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? He honestly think... Okay, when Jesus was put on trial before Pilate, he said, whoever delivers unto me... all that stuff. Okay, one night before his crucifixion. So basically, no. There is no great sin. There is no sin that's better or worse than another. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God, it reminds me of Catholic school so much. I hate it. I hate it so fucking much. I really do. This is one of the worst things you could possibly do. And with one of my highest angels, God said, what if this was actually canon? Oh my God, what if this is why, you know what, this whole thing about Lucifer wants to take over heaven, what if that was actually false and this is what actually happened? God said, let's see, yanking a step closer towards me, but I tried to back up. White phantoms of light were trickling back to my legs and arms. I wanted to scream out, but I was interrupted by my father. You understand that was sin, he said, and the white mist holding me completely still. Let's see, but I was more hung up on how I sinned. Was that really a sin? I don't think it was a sin. Obviously, you weren't part of that. And I'm sure that Lucifer forced it upon you. I will punish him immediately. God said, the mist around me loosened. What did he say? Oh no. That was a sin. And it was associated with me. I wanted to punch the wall and scream. Lucifer did nothing wrong. He was just making me feel good and loved. Why was that a sin? Father, please, I was trying to say before the sound of the temple's door opened. The mist had immediately gone away and was now free, only stumbling back a little bit. But I looked back to where the door had been opened. My lord, you wanted me, I heard a worried voice say, and I saw Lucifer standing there kneeling, his hands over his heart, and him flustered just how I had been. But now my face was pale. Yes, I would like to speak with you, God said, his face calm and collected, unlike mine. Yes, my lord. What would you like to speak about? I don't like this. Oh, God, I don't like this. I don't want to continue reading. No. Okay, y'all. Those were the first 5 chapters of Jesus X Lucifer. And there are still, 15 more to go. So if you guys want me to continue reading this, please let me know. I will be happy to read this. And I'm sorry if I was just stumbling over words because, again, before this, I did have a little bit of wine, but anyone who's watched my old Let's Plays knows that even if I wasn't drunk, I'd still be stumbling over my fucking words. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like on the video. I know I usually don't ask for likes, but I want to be a little attention whore today because I already know that this video is going to get a lot of traction because of the title. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I appreciate it. Don't forget that I love you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.